Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of Garden State Growing. My name is Eric. This is not the video I wanted to shoot tonight, but this is the video I have to shoot tonight. Why? Because I don't wait for the mushrooms wait for me, and I need to get going on this. And we have here the Nearby Naturals King Trumpet mushroom, and we have here the Nearby Naturals Shitake mushroom. These are both the jumbo bags. I did film two other videos on the setup of both of these, so if you want to see that, go to the link in the description below and you can watch those two videos first if you would like. We are at like step 2, the revealing of these. Now this is going to be the fruiting stage of these blocks, and marvelously enough they are close enough to this stage that I think I'm going to do these both in this video. Now, real quick, to set these up, they are set up completely different. This one, it came with a hole in the bag, which I'm not used to that happening. And I will talk about that in the next episode when it comes to harvesting and doing our second flush on these. So that was the first clue that something was weird. So I did some research, I went on the website and I found out, well, it is completely intentional. So without looking any farther into it, I just said to myself, well, they must know how to stage these mushroom blocks out so well that they can do this, that they can actually open the bag because they're not worried about contamination anymore. And so we'll get deeper into that, but a lot of other setups for these mushrooms that I've done in the past were completely different, and these two are completely different. So this one, all I had to do was go in and scrape off some of the top mycelium, the white mat on top, and come around and mist it a little bit just on the inside of the bag. I don't want it to be soaking wet. I just want to create humidity inside this bag. For this one, it was completely different. The setup was, they wanted me to fill this up above the level of this block, let it sit for 3 hours, and then pour that water out. My problem was, when I noticed this block, it had already begun to pin. So instead of filling it up above the water, above the block line, I filled it up with 40 ounces of water, which brought it to about 3/4 of the way up. And after 3 hours, I looked, and the block had completely absorbed the moisture. So there was nothing left to do. And within a day or two, I mean, God, I think like within a day, I think I shot the other video like yesterday, I think, or maybe the day before. I can't remember now. But so within a day or two, these blocks have become marvelous. And don't worry, I'm going to get a lot of B-roll footage here for you. Let me get my camera going. And I just want to show you just inside the bag how well this block is just absolutely fruiting. And this one, not as much, but still doing very well. And we are going to get better pictures of this after I open them up. So here we go again. This is where it's gonna be the difference between how I treat these two fruiting blocks. Okay? For the King Trumpet, all I'm going to do is I'm going to slice off the top of this bag. And I'm going to roll down the lip of the bag. And just keep on rolling it down. Doesn't have to be neat, unless you're OCD and it has to be neat. And all they say is, don't roll it all the way down to the level of the fruiting block. While mushrooms need oxygen, so don't put them like in a cupboard or a place that has stagnant air. Like us, they do breathe. But if there's a constant wind pressure on them, the mushrooms don't like that either. So you don't want to put it in a really drafty way or in front of a fan. And as far as light goes, they're not really picky about it. The one thing you do want to make sure is do not put it in direct sunlight. One, you're going to have to mist it like crazy to keep it moist, and two, it's going to affect the mushrooms. But yes, there are different degrees of indirect sunlight you could give it to give it a richer color or a better taste, and this is all figured out by people that are a lot smarter than I am. So here we are. I've only had to spray this like once a day, a tiny bit to keep it moist. Now that it's open, they're suggesting that I mist it at least 3 to 5 times a day. But here's the mixture that they gave me. And they talk about, I don't know, using half a bottle or 5 to 10 pumps. That's really, no. I have my nice big mister and, I'm done. That's it. I don't have to, you don't want to soak the block. You just want to create a humid environment. Now, for the coup de grace. Well, let me take pictures first. Whatever. Now for the coup de grace, we're going to move on to the shiitakes. Now the shiitake mushrooms, I've seen these grown so many different ways. On logs, in rye grain, in sawdust, and it all came to a point where at a certain stage of this mushroom's life, it needs to go through the winter. It needs to be either frozen or close to frozen. And so I'm gonna just let you know a little bit that I found out from Nearby Naturals was they actually cold shot these blocks before they send them out. That's why I never had to leave this in my refrigerator. That's why I didn't have to soak this overnight in a bucket of ice water for 5 days. They already did all that work for me. And that also reminds me, so I'm just going to open up the top of this bag. That also reminds me, and you know what? I had such faith in this company that it didn't even cross my mind when I only got the 2 fruiting blocks. And I said, well, where's my lion's mane fruiting block? And I just immediately went to, well, you know what? I don't think they want to send it to me until it's ready to come to me. And that's it. I didn't look into it. I didn't care. And I got the email saying, your lion's mane fruiting block is now ready to be shipped. I got that email today, and they're going to be sending that out. Well, I can't wait for that video. All right, so now here's the thing. They want me to remove this entire bag. But in order to do that, I think I have to like cut the whole bag open. But I want to attempt a second flush on this. And in order to do that, I have to save this bag. Even though I do have fruiting block bags, not nearly this size. I think I have half this size. I think I have 5 pounds. So, I'm going to hate myself for this. I think I'm going to just do I'm stupid and lazy and see if I can... Yeah, no. There's no way. There's no way that's happening. All right, that's it. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll work something out. Maybe I'll order some 10-pound fruiting block bags. Yeah, there was no way I was getting this out. I don't want to break any pins off because every pin I break off is a potential mushroom. All right, so now the bottom of this is really slimy. Okay. Ooh, that's actually kind of gross. All right, so now this entire bag has been removed. And hold on, take a gander at this. Holy shooby doobies. This has literally been about 4 to maybe 6 days in my house, and this thing is pinning like crazy. Mushrooms are growing like crazy. But now I have to be a lot more wary of how much I miss this. This needs to actually, unlike this where I just give the one spray 5 times a day, this I'm actually gonna come and I'm gonna mist like crazy. They say try to duplicate the amount of moisture that the shiitake mushrooms had when they came in the bag. So that's what I'm gonna do. And listen, I really thought like spraying this thing 5 times a day was going to be like so hard to do, but it's not. I wake up in the morning, as I go into the kitchen, I grab my bottle, I hit them. I don't get to hit them again until I get home from work, but like I get home, I hit them. I go take a shower, I come down, I hit them. I eat dinner, I hit them. It's really not that hard to hit them 5 times a day, 6 times a day, whatever it takes to get these mushrooms to grow. So that is it for this video. I hope you had as much fun as I did or I am doing right now, because this flush on this block right now of shiitakes is just incredible. So I love you. If you want to see updates, if you want to see what happens with these blocks, you're going to have to subscribe. That's it. I'm telling you, because you're never going to see me again if you don't subscribe. Hit that notification bell, ring-a-ding-ding, and hit that like button. I swear, it means a lot more to me than you think it does. I love you. I will see you on the next episode.
I like that, a ring-a-ding-ding.
Yeah, Mom likes it too.
Yeah.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting strong.
I already called not helping.
Call not helping.
No. I call ignoring you.
I've been all around.